the red line has been crossed, and Israel is considering breaking the rules against the Houthis. They're saying this report here in Ma'arif, Israel is considering a change in policy towards the Houthis after a missile launch from Yemen. Al-Bukhaiti threatens escalation and warns we have painful targets in Israel. The defense establishment believes that this is a response to American pressure. So they know that the more the United States escalates with Yemen, the more likely it is for Yemen to escalate against Israel, not just the American forces in the Red Sea killing innocent Yemenis with these constant attacks and trying to whitewash them by saying that we targeted the Houthi targets above the ground. But from an Israeli perspective, they don't want to be viewed as a side who constantly gets a beating and are not responding and having someone on their behalf attacking. Why? Because Israel is trying to create the perception that they are the be-all and end-all. They are the ones who make the decisions. They are the ones who can go and attack everywhere in Gaza, in the West Bank, in Lebanon, in Syria, and no one retaliates. Yemen is the only country outside of Gaza now, the only side outside of Gaza, raising the flag of resistance and challenging Israel despite all of the pressure, due to various reasons, of course, the nature of the Yemeni people, their faith, their belief, their moral positioning, and their absolute fearlessness. These people are totally fearless, and nothing puts them away. I mean, we saw some of the attacks that the United States has been conducting against Yemen. Now the Yemeni people take it. It's as if nothing's happening. It's as if a fly is flying when a half-a-ton bomb is landing next to these people. But from an Israeli perspective, that bothers them. Why? Because it's like a small, not a small really, a very significant challenge, constantly poking Israel and showing them, no, it's not what you're portraying yourself to be. If other countries choose not to retaliate against your terror in their lands for their own reasons, we're not going to be that side. And guess what? We're not going to be that side, and we're going to prove to the whole world that it's effective. And this is what they've done. The Red Sea is a red zone for anything linked to Israel. The Eilat port bankruptcy from over a year ago. Now they are escalating to a level where they're trying to impose a blockade on Israeli airspace. Effectively, again, it's working. Israel, with all the censorship that's happening in Israel, is confirming that this missile landed, a modified missile, and they're trying to say that, oh yeah, we need to respond now. What can they do? This is the question here. Will Israel go and attack Yemen? What can they do? And is there a prospect of stopping the Yemeni attacks? Well, number one, let's start with the prospect of stopping the Yemeni attacks. It isn't going to happen. Gaza and Yemen are very similar in a sense of these people have suffered so much. Yemen, coming out from wars, from poverty, from famine, and likewise in Gaza, under Israeli occupation and terror and blockade and displacement for almost a century, right? Mainly after 1948, more so after 1967, moving on from 1987 post the initial uprising, the Palestinian Intifada, the first one, that started from Gaza because an Israeli decided to run over people and they just had enough and started throwing stones on the Israeli occupying forces. This is where it started. These people, 73% of the population are refugees. The situation has been catastrophic way before October the 7th. Yemen and Gaza, they have a similar mindset in a sense of they're willing to take that sacrifice and they don't have other justifications that they prioritize before their humanitarian and religious and national duties towards their people. So they're not really calculating, oh, if we attack, we might have some blockade, we might have sanctions, they might attack our economic interests, they want to drag us into the war so that they can occupy. They do not follow this type of argument. They're way beyond this argument in Yemen. So you've had the United States, with the most advanced fleets on Earth, going there only to prove how much of a paper tiger it is. 4 American aircraft carriers expelled from the Red Sea by attacks from the same people who are wearing flip-flops and doing whatever they can to attack them, to deter them. They weren't threatening the United States, by the way, Yemen. Yemen are not threatening anyone, by the way. This is what they want you to believe. This is the perception that they're trying to brainwash the people with. Oh, Yemen, and the British Secretary of Defense the other day saying, oh, we need to go and protect security and freedom. Security and freedom for who? For people to murder children in Gaza. Continue the sentence. They're trying to hide the fact, their abhorrent position of going to Yemen only for the sake of Israel. Burning taxpayers' money, burning money they can spend internally on people with need, people who are desperate, people hardly making ends meet, recessions in many countries without any declaration, so that they can maybe, make it pass as if there's nothing happening, economical disasters. But they have money. They have millions. They have hundreds of millions and billions to go and spend for the sake of a genocidal war criminal entity. Therefore, what is Israel going to do? If the United States is failing with its attacks in Yemen, what is Israel going to do? Are they going to go and conduct another show that will cause a lot of fire, attack another oil field or something, so something can explode and burn and show the whole world, oh, look, we're burning? Are they going to kill thousands of innocent children and women? And do they think that by doing that they will be? They haven't been deterred for years of conspiracies against the Yemeni people and regional and international coalitions against these poor people in Yemen, who are bravely standing up now for Gaza, because of their do so. Even if Israel wants to carry out attack, it's not going to be effective. But the main question of Israel, before they actually make a decision whether they respond to Yemen or not, will be if the United States gives the blessing. Because believe it or not, there's still some difference here and there between the administration in the US and Israel. As a matter of fact, there's an internal conflict in the US administration, especially with the more hardline Zionist lobby. And internally, Donald Trump had to make certain changes. Now, if the United States says, well, no, you can't do anything about that, and we are still in our position, don't attack Yemen, we are taking care of Yemen, clearly ineffective, then Israel would have to sit there and do nothing and show itself in a very humiliating manner. The other option is Trump might tell them, fine, have a symbolic attack. They might kill some innocent people or have a very large explosion to try and show that we still have some sort of presence. Both ways, this will not be stopping the Yemeni people. What will stop the Yemeni people is, like they said many times, stopping the genocide in Gaza and lifting the siege off the Gaza Strip.